a lot of this has to do with nostalgia. I started buying this material. And what I was interested in were ways that Huckleberry Finn, especially, to a lesser extent Mark Twain, have been represented in popular culture. And I don't know any other book that has been so modified by popular representations. Huckleberry Finn chalk, a Huckleberry Finn fishing pole, a Huckleberry Finn whiskey decanter, Huck Finn Coke bottles, or Huck Finn donuts. Why are donuts named after Huck Finn? We feminized and infantized Huck and sanitized him. But Huck is not a happy child. He's miserable, he's lonely. Huck is a son of a drunkard, an abused child. And Mark Twain himself was partly responsible for this. When he started having economic problems, if you have a negative Huck or a pessimistic Huck, it's not going to sell. This would all be harmless enough if we hadn't, in this process of turning Huckleberry Finn into something that is obviously a valuable commodity, if we hadn't lost touch with the book that Mark Twain wrote and published in 1884. And I think the book spoke to not about a nostalgic, didn't present a nostalgic vision of a lost American world or a lost childhood, because that's really not the concern of Huckleberry Finn. It may be of something like Tom Sawyer, but Huckleberry Finn is about the failure of the Civil War, the failure of the Reconstruction. The happy ending that people associate with Huckleberry Finn is not Mark Twain's happy ending, but the public narrative that we have, I think, at too great a cost, maintained. Now, at the end of Huckleberry Finn, it's very interesting. Jim is, quote, quote, freed, but there's some telling words, but no place for him to go, nothing for him to do. And that ends there. And I think Clemens in 1884 was quite pessimistic about any viable place for the black American in American society. And in fact, that kind of brings me to the piece I'm proudest of, because I've never seen it anyplace else. There's a piece of sheet music published in 1921 called Sonny Jim. And it's about Huckleberry Finn's little brother, Jim. Jim has been transformed into a white child who survives because he is happy. So this is where Jim has been whitewashed. And the lesson in this song is almost, if a black man is going to survive, he better disappear and be happy. Not that there'd be much loss. There's a black child, Jim doesn't even look as old as Huck in this, whatever it is. Because we have been so brainwashed by all these images and these representations and the movies and the retelling of the stories, this has had such a powerful impact upon our perception of the novel that sometimes to get rid of the impact or to understand it is just to call people's attention to it. So how has this all come about? It's because, well, Mark Twain once said, a classic is a book everyone praises and no one reads. And I'm trying to use this as a way to make people go back and reread and maybe read better Huckleberry Finn.